The Chamber of Commerce and Industry have evolved a long way since 1967.
Business development continues to be a new phenomenon that is not only key and crucial to Chamber of Commerce, but to most organizations that support small businesses in the country.
GCCI, it's an important and a noble institution for any business, for that matter.
And that's going to be the strength, and the chamber is the strength of business, and we are the voice of the people. Collectively we can make things happen.
Gambia Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Agriculture and Employers Association. Founded in 1967, the GCCI is a non-profit membership organization that facilitates business development, promotes trade and advances the interests of Gambian businesses nationally, regionally and internationally. The GCCI's management and board have been continuously working with members in the repositioning and rebranding of GCCI to be the true voice of business in the Gambia.
Today, increasingly, we have to rely on and work with technology, and hence social media and applications play a more prominent role. In particular, I'm very pleased to confirm that the GCCI is one of the first chambers in the region to have a Google Play Store application and iTunes store. This sets the pace for technology in the coming era. Of course, we also utilize e-delivery more and more, which opens the outreach for our members and contacts with international businesses. New times also mean that we can utilize new technologies for better services. In particular, renewable energy has become much cheaper and affordable, as well as a reliable source of energy. The Chamber therefore uses solar as well as inverter energy as much as possible. There is further genuine partnership between the public and the private sector today. And a living testimony is the launching of the PPP policy a year ago, and the GCCI was prominent in the launching of the PPP policy and dialogue. We work closer with the public entities and participate in various public entities and state missions overseas when we promote the Gambia businesses. We are presently working on the state-of-the-art trade fair site, which once completed will provide regular opportunities for fairs in the different sectors and industries.
For the period 1985 to 1993. Prior to that, I served in the executive of the chamber, and we participated significantly in the establishment of the program. The chamber had a very important role to play, and in consultation with government, our participation was, as I said, very significant, tremendous. It helped the economy, it helped the country to turn around the difficult period that we were in. The chamber was very strong and solidly behind government. The Minister of Finance at the time, the late Honorable Serif Sise, led us, and we had a part to play. And equally, the chamber too demonstrates its responsibility to its members and the economy at large. When I say the economy, I mean the formal and the informal sector of the economy. And that's the realization of the success of the economy of the country.
Was the vice president to Abdoulaye Touré for 6 years. And Abdoulaye, I think, did 6 years, so it will be from 2000 to 2006. And he is someone who is very knowledgeable, Very good. It taught me a lot, and we get along quite a bit, and we work together very well. And what he couldn't get done during his term, I managed to get done, because it was definitely his idea that it was time that we have an office as the Chamber of Commerce, which is where the GCCI is currently sitting right now, known as Kirjula. And fortunately for the current president, as soon as I finished the project, as soon as I finished the building, my term was finished as well. So I handed the GCCI to him with the keys to the new office.
For the past 3 years, myself and the board, and thanks to their support, we have managed to reposition the chamber. We have managed to strengthen our governance. We've made sure that every year now we hold an AGM. We have the accounts published. We also have reached out to our members, and we're more interactive with our members than we used to before. The current leadership, led by the CEO, with the support of myself as the president and the board, we have put up channels of communication using technology to deliver messages and communicate with our general members. We have also strengthened our position in terms of talking and reaching out to the government, and we think that is fundamental in the future of the chamber. The challenges are very wide and diverse. Some of it is internally, in terms of the capacity of the chamber, both financially and in manpower. Some of it has to do with outside relations. Some of it has to do with our views and position on certain things. But we think that we have managed to achieve some little bit of notch on the challenges, and we think that the chamber is much stronger now. It's in a much more better position. We've held very successful trade fairs. We've held very successful annual gala dinners, and we expanding our membership base and focusing also to expand the chamber away from the greater Banjul area to be more inclusive, so that it would reflect the name Gambia Chamber of Commerce, not Greater Banjul Chamber of Commerce.
Interstate Road Transit ISRT. In January 2006, the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Employment announced that His Excellency, the President of the Gambia, had approved the designation of the Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry as the national guarantor for the ISRT scheme. After the official launching in July 2008, ISRT operations commenced in the Gambia 2013 at Gambia Ports Authority for the implementation of the scheme. The scheme is now well in place.
The Gambia Chamber of Commerce represents all sectors of industry and business in the Gambia. We therefore advocate and represent these appropriately with the highest authority with the government. We present and advocate for policies that affect our businesses every day. You may not hear or see us all the time, but rest assured that we're working with the government and find good solutions that serve both parties. The GCCI represents all levels of business and industry in the Gambia. These include the multinational, the largest corporation, the MSEs, and all facets of business and sectors. In recognition of the PPP with the government, the GCCI appreciates the strong level of collaboration with the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Employment, and particularly the Office of the President.
First of all, I would like to thank the GCCI under the leadership of my brother, Mohammed, Jagana and Aliu. I think, as a government, and as a Minister of Trade, I am, awesomely, pleased with what I have seen here.
The Chamber prides itself with the slogan that it is the voice of the business community. And I think at the Chamber you have organizations that function under the Chamber. You have the Manufacturers Organization, the Information Technology Association, the Fashion Designers. It means we are serving purposes and giving services to the Gambian people. So I think in a nutshell, I want to take this opportunity and wish the entire membership, the entire population, the executive, the Gambia government, and the nation at large, peace, prosperity, and a lot of dollars and dollars in the bank accounts. Because if we make money, we create jobs, we stay in business, and the whole ecosystem functions, and we truly become the voice of the business community.
Beatrice Mboj. I'm Director, Corporate Services. The corporate service is also responsible for membership. Therefore, our key function is informing members about what is happening at the Chamber and also informing them about business opportunities and networking them with other companies locally and also abroad. In terms of membership, we maintain a database of all members, which is comprehensive in nature, because at all times we need to be in touch with members. So therefore we keep the telephone numbers, email addresses, the business activity, and any other important detail that would help us. We are using the social media a lot now in response to the needs, particularly of the enterprises, because we all know how much the internet and all the other social media is supporting businesses. Therefore, we have a website, we have a Facebook account, we have a Twitter account, we use emails, we use text messages, we use telephone. This is all to keep members informed, because members would tell us that they are in GCCI for varied reasons. We do try to inform them about trade fairs, because our unit also is responsible for organizing the trade fairs locally. So we have to give this information to members upfront so that they can plan their calendar. But we are also responsible for letting them know of all other trade fairs in the region and outside, and facilitate their participation. We also link them up with information on seminars and conferences outside that would also entice them to participate and to gain business opportunities there. Now GCCI has become a household name, and this we must also acknowledge the role that the media has played in participating in all of our events and disseminating this information to the members in general and the public, and even outside the Gambia.
My work here is quite multifold. It's an integral unit of the Gambia Chamber of Commerce, which deals with business support, growth for businesses, exploring opportunities that help enhance and facilitate their upward mobility to better success, to increase growth, to expansion, to diversification, to even exports. So it's a key part of what we do, a function of the Chamber, in addition to representation and advocacy. business development continues to be a new phenomenon that is not only key and crucial to Chamber of Commerce, but to most organizations that support small businesses in the country. You and I all know that the development of small and micro businesses in the Gambia and in most developing countries continues to be a driving force for development, for countries, for governments even. So that is why we continue to work very closely as a Chamber of Commerce with the government of the Gambia to look for ways of supporting SMEs, to look for ways of facilitating the growth of SMEs, to find out how we can better address their challenges, how we can better mainstream them, how we can better even understand some of the sectors that they're operating in that were not quite formal, that we didn't quite perhaps know in the formal type of employment. SMEs today continue to employ a lot of youth, a lot of women. In fact, most proprietors continue to be women in the Gambia here. So in brief, this is what we do here at the GCCI, and this is what we continue to do, and this is what we continue to encourage businesses and those that have never even entered into a business, that have no intention to come to the GCCI and find out more information about what we do.
With members in the repositioning and rebranding of GCCI to be the true voice of business in the Gambia. GCCI is conscious of the need to create linkages between agriculture, the youth, women and economic operators to create meaningful business development opportunities that would result in viable enterprises.
Our association with the Chamber has been very fruitful and positive. As a young entrepreneur, you need your voice heard. You need people to understand where you're trying to go with your vision and stuff. And the Chamber tend to provide that atmosphere, that platform, that young people can be heard. And our challenges, our thoughts, our vision, our dreams can be propelled to success.
GCCI is also the recognized employers association in the Gambia. An employers committee was set up in 2012 to support GCCI in implementing this role. Some of the functions include assisting members with labor relations matters and representing members at tripartite negotiations with government and trade unions.
Over the years, this is one of our achievements with preparing the new constitution, which is now in force. We also the following year in 2013 appointed the current CEO, who also worked tirelessly with the board. Part of our achievements is also the improvements in the events that we organize, that is the Trade Fair International, as well as the annual gala dinner, where awards are given to businesses as an incentive as well as recognition of their performance, professionalism. We had a couple of meetings. We also highlighted certain issues which were raised at the level of the National Trade Facilitation Committee under the Ministry of Trade, Regional Integration and Employment. Now, we as a board have done extremely well in terms of performance, in terms of governance, in terms of accountability, in terms of putting the Chamber
Establishment in the map. Of EcoBank Gambia. In response to a call by ECOWAS for the private sector to come together and form a financial institution, some members of GCCI formed a consortium to set up EcoBank Gambia. Today, EcoBank Gambia has become one of the top banks in the Gambia. EcoBank is a Pan-African bank which was established in 1985 in Lomé, Togo, with branches in more than 26 African countries. Kerjula. One of the key achievements of GCCI is the completion of Kerjula office at Bijulo. The Chamber moved to its secretariat in 2012 thanks to the support of the Gambia government for providing the land. GCCI Business Awards. Since 1992, GCCI recognizes businesses and gives awards in different categories such as SME of the Year, Bank of the Year, Telecommunication Company of the Year, just to name a few. Public enterprises have also been awarded for their support to private sector in the Partner of the Private Sector Award.
What I gather, the Chamber's activities are very significant in the sense that they are cooperating with the Gambia government in many spheres, not only in pure trading activities, but economic policies, financial policies. They discuss this with government, which I think is very healthy. That's the policies of the chamber, which we had perpetuated during our time. We always made sure that we cooperate and involve ourselves with government, especially pre-budget discussions. It was very interesting that we would come up with some ideas, and I'm happy to say that government was very receptive and responsive to our suggestions, our pleadings, and this helped the Gambian economy to enhance the development of trading and business in the Gambia.
People have now come to realize that the chamber has a very important role to play in the economy of this country, particularly the SMEs. We were able to get a good number that have come over to join the chamber. The chamber has been here basically for all businesses across the board. A lot of good things have taken place over this period that we have served as board members. Not only that we are the voice of the business, we can make things happen collectively, and this we have been advocating for a very, very long time.
Trade Fair Gambia International. The first national trade fair was organized in 2003 by the GCCI and was considered to be a huge success after a lull of 10 years, with 88 local and 4 international exhibitors at the Independence Stadium, Bakau. TFG, an international fair, was originally held every 2 years. However, since 2013, it has been organized yearly. By Trade Fair Gambia 2014, exhibitors have increased to 257 with 37,700 visits from in March 2014. Participants from 15 different nationalities from Africa and Asia were present. In 2015, 260 economic operators participated and 40,000 visitors attended.
I think one of the biggest achievements, as far as I'm concerned, is ensuring that we have a very good, strong constitution, which was designed to ensure that we uphold the highest levels of corporate governance, being the representative of the private sector in general. So this, I think, is a very, very big achievement, and we have consistently held AGMs, which allowed our membership to hold us, the board, to account, and to also tell them what our plans are and how we're going forward as a chamber, as the voice of the business community.
Marsha Jula. This local trade fair was introduced in 2012 at the buffer zone in KMC to promote small and medium enterprises, SMEs. It is a fair that is organized in the different administrative regions of the country. In addition to KMC, it has been held in Brikama WCR, Farafenya NBR, and Banjul in 2014. Since 2013, it has been also attracting several international participants.
My relationship with GCCI, 1986, that was where I landed my first professional, job. My career today in the private sector was built from there. And whatever recognition I may have had, in the private sector, because I joined GCCI when I was very young. I can safely say that I have been an eyewitness to the transformation of the Gambian economy from public to private sector, having had the opportunity to work at GCCI, to also witness the institution itself transform from a dormant institution to a more vibrant one under the leadership of different chairmen, very motivated, very strong in character, and very committed to what they were doing.
Well, when I joined the chamber, it was quite a transformative period because I was elected in 1999, and at the time the chamber was located in the NTC complex in Banjul, and I thought that the office environment was not conducive to the operations of the chamber. So my first task was to work with the membership and with the CEO to relocate the chamber to the High Street, which was at Kairaba Avenue. And we were there for a considerable period of time, and then we decided that we needed to have our own purpose-built edifice. And with the strong support of the membership and the board of directors, we succeeded in getting land allocated to where it is now in Bijilo. And with the strong support of all the members, they now have a full-fledged purpose-built and GCCI-owned headquarters, which is state-of-the-art. And we had also initiated action in terms of getting the trade fair grounds, which also luckily has been was identified during my presidency.
Now, of what importance is the GCCI? Of tremendous importance to the economy first, to creativity next, and it's important for innovative acts of business. The Chamber of Commerce is the mouthpiece of the business sector, and also it is here to make sure that it can bring in foreign direct investment into the country.
I started working at the GCCI 1977 up to now. I was the secretary since 77 with the first CEO of the GCCI, late Mr. Per William Francis Njai. GCCI, the private sector, they are trying very, very, very hard. GCCI is the voice of business. Thank you very much.